So I had the live recently, and I did see the comment. I didn't like the way the live came out, so I deleted it. So the brother asked me. I did see your question. You said, "What revolvers do you recommend?" After all my years of life of collecting and shooting and owning a lot of different calibers, I have from 22 to 25 to 38 special to 9mm 40, 45, 357 Magnum, 380. I'm sorry, I almost forgot my 380 pistol. I love it. I would say hands down the 38 special is my number one caliber to shoot. It most certainly is. Why? Well, the 38 special, also commonly known as 38 Smith and Wesson special, not to be confused with 38 Smith and Wesson, 38 Smith and Wesson special, pronounced 38 special, or 9x29mm R, is a rim center fire cartridge designed by Smith and Wesson. If you have never shot a 38 special, I would say it is like shooting. It's like shooting 380. It is. It has very little recoil, and it's more than enough killing power to kill anybody walking. The vast majority of us are never going to get into a shootout with somebody, let alone shoot somebody. So if you're going to do that, at least have a handgun or a revolver. Most of them are in. I've never seen the 38 special semi-automatic. They are all in revolvers, as far as I know. I would say 38 Special is my most favorite cartridge I've ever. This is the one I carry the most. It was designed in 1898, and my Smith and Wesson Model 10 can shoot plus P, 38 Special plus P. It's just more pressure for self-defense capabilities. You know what I'm saying? What am I looking at? Maximum pressure, 22,000 psi. Maximum SAMI pressure, 17,000 psi. Right? And so, 130 grain full metal jacket is going to go 800 feet per second and have 185 foot-pounds of energy. That is more than enough stopping power on a human being. You know what I'm saying? Your average shots your average stops are 1.2 or probably two stops to stop two shots to stop a threat, right? The 38 Special was the standard service cartridge for the majority of United States police departments from the 20s to the 1990s. It was also a common sidearm cartridge used by the United States military personnel in World War I, World War II, and the Korean War and the Vietnam War. Known for its accuracy and manageable recoil, the 38 Special remains one of the most popular revolver cartridges in the world. It's the truth, especially in every time you see a shooting in like Latin America, a lot of these guys are still carrying 38 stubbies, right? More than a century after its introduction, it is used for recreational target shooting, formal target competition, personal defense, and small game hunting. The 38 special bullet coming from a Smith and Wesson 686 photograph with an air gap flash. You got to keep your fingers away from the cylinder. I have burnt my fingers before shooting a revolver, right? This is the 38 special wad cutter, with a 148 grain hollow base wad color bullet used for target shooting. It's also very effective for self-defense. I shot a old box of it. It's like a solid cone of a bullet, and it's very, very, very lethal. The only thing about it is that the ammo is so old that it was like shooting black powder. It was fouling up the air. I didn't want to breathe it. I shot the whole box of 50, but I don't recommend shooting wad cutters because of that alone. A lot of fouling in the air, a lot of powder in the air, and I could not open the cylinder. After I finally finished, there was so much powder and grit. I had a hard time opening up the cylinder to eject the bullets, eject the spent cases. I do not recommend that for self-defense. Due to its black powder heritage, the 38 Special is a low-pressure cartridge, one of the lowest in common use today at 17,000 psi. By modern standards, the 38 Special fires a medium-sized bullet at rather low speeds, right? So, the 9mm is lighter, significantly faster, and the 38 Super, which fires a comparable bullet considerably faster, right? The higher pressure 38 Special Plus P loads at 20,000 psi offer about 20% more muzzle energy than standard pressure loads, which places them between the 380 ACP and the 9mm Parabellum, similar to that of the 9x18 Makarov. So this is my although only a few U.S. police departments now issue or authorize use of a 38 Special revolver as a standard duty weapon, the caliber remains popular with some police officers for use in short barrel revolvers carried when off duty or for undercover police investigations. So I'm going to show you, I already showed you in the video before. Right? Oh, fuck. Excuse me. This is what I have. It is the Smith and Wesson Model 10. I have another one. I can't remember the name of it offhand. I like Smith and Wesson revolvers. They make very good revolvers. It doesn't matter if it's 50 years old or whatever. They just always go bang. And I love Colt revolvers. I have a Colt revolver in 38 Special. Everybody was shocked when I bought it. They were like, "Oh my!" Even the what is it? Even the people at the gun store were like, "I didn't know that was a 30." They're like, "That was rare, right?" And it's not it's not coming up. Colt or Smith and Wesson, it does not matter. They are both excellent revolvers. They always go bang every time. One of these, I think this year I'm going to finally get myself a Smith & Wesson Model 29 in 44 Magnum, of course, due to the Dirty Harry movie, of course. So Smith & Wesson and Smith and Wesson. Forgive me, it's late. Smith and Wesson. And Ruger. My Ruger Security. Come on, spell, buddy. Ruger Security 6 is another one. This is my revolver. I have it in the 4-inch barrel. I have been looking at it. Is primarily 357 Magnum, but 357 Magnum shoots 38 special as well too. It's a 4-inch barrel. I would love to get the 6-inch barrel, and they have it in a snubby barrel. I think it's 2.5 inches or 3 inches. So these are primarily the revolvers. I'm sorry, that I love and I carry. You can't go wrong with a Smith and Wesson. It's getting late. A Ruger is another great revolver company, and I just said the other one. I'm tired. It's like 2:00 in the morning. I should be asleep. But anyway, those are my top two. And in fact, let me see something here. Let me see if I can find it here. Yeah, I have it right here. Here is my my pistol permit, and it is the Charter.Arms. Charter.Arms. How can I forget my Charter.Arms? I have a Charter.Arms. Charter. Come on, spell, buddy. New phone. Charter. Where's it at? Charter. This is, it's not this one, but I have a Charter.Arms snubby in 38 special. Goes bang every time. I've had that gun for I've had that gun for 10 years. Matter of fact, it was the first gun that I put on my pistol permit. So 38 special is my favorite cartridge of all time. I have never shot a 44 Magnum. I have never shot a 44 special. That's something that I want to get into this year, to buy myself a 44 Magnum revolver so I can shoot both. I am a revolver guy. That's what I love the most. It teaches you with limited shots, you need to have better patience and accuracy, and you need to train more and whatnot so that you can do faster reloads and stuff like that. And contrary to popular belief, you don't need any more than the 38 special to put your enemy down. And I recommend heart shots and a headshot if you're that good.